session is Tirana from Durres. We talk about citizens' reports, sentiment, and topic analysis. The case of Durres earthquake. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, so you were in Germany.
Okay, good morning. Good morning. My name is Ana Contreras. I'm lecturer at Cardiff University, and I present on behalf of the group. This is the background. This is the outline of the presentation. I'm going to start with the background of the research to follow with the methodology and the results, and what we conclude and what are our recommendations. Then, all of us, we use any kind of social media platform. We check Facebook, or we upload pictures to Instagram, or we post on Twitter, or watch videos in YouTube. Youngest one, they use more TikTok or Snapchat. But what happened when an earthquake or a tsunami occurred? Those social media platforms, they explode. Some people already use Last Quake app that was mentioned by Professor Garevsky to report the intensity of the earthquake that they felt. Others report on using Earthquake Network, or others use MyShake, that it's another app that makes your mobile phone as a kind of seismometer. This presentation will be interactive, so I will ask you to please scan the QR code. For those who are with the computer, it's easy to go to the menti.com and use the code. And let me see, because I need to open the application. I was thinking that it was open already.
I'm old fashioned, I don't use any of YouTube, yes,
I need to enter to internet. I have opened in the session before. I use the Google.
So you have to go to Google.
Not all these things. Okay? Oh, Jesus. Sorry, I was...
Find the bus one is easy, another one.
You succeeded. Good for you.
That's the best.
Thank you.
Here's the password also.
No.
I love the internet.
Okay, great. To those who already already managed. Now, I'm going to ask you, which social media platform do you prefer?
Depends on the age.
Depends, yes, usually depends on the age.
In Europe, Facebook. In America, Twitter.
Thank you. The third question is, which social media platform have you used after an earthquake to report that, for instance, you are safe, or to inform about injured population or damages? So we have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, or YouTube. Okay. Now, the last question is, which crowdsourcing platform have you installed on your mobile phone to receive alerts and report intensity of an earthquake? Did you feel it? Earthquake by American Red Cross, Earthquake Network, Earthquake Today, Earthquake Tracker app, Last Quake app, My Earthquake Alerts, My Shake app, any?
That's good.
Okay. Thank you.
Guys, you are not reporting. Okay.
Thank you for your answers. Coming back. Now, what this social media platform brings? So, information about trapped population or damages in buildings, roads blocked or lifelines broken, the intensity reported by people, or where was the earthquake felt, and emergency measures taken, announcement of a humanitarian aid arriving, and solidarity messages. Is this data useful? I will say yes, but for what? For planning emergency response, for planning the post-disaster need analysis, to plan the reconnaissance missions, because we usually go after the emergency phase to don't interfere with the rescue activities, to plan the post-disaster recovery, and for preparedness, to improve preparedness. Now, for what and when? Well, data is used in any time of the recovery phases and even before. And in this research, we focus on the reports from citizens. Now, what these social media platform and crowdsourcing platforms provide to us? So, they provide image data and text data. And from that, it's possible to extract meaningful information. Now, what happened? The problem is that this text data is unstructured data. This is what you get. Then it is necessary to use natural language processing techniques to extract meaningful information. We classify the data according to the polarity. Usually when there is an earthquake, most of the data contain negative polarity because they report injured population, or they report building damages on buildings, or neutral when they just say the magnitude of the earthquake was 5, and the intensity was 3, something like that. Positive when there are successful rescue operations, when humanitarian aid is offered, or when there are solidarity messages. This technique has been used for customer review of products and places. Why we use it? Because we consider that emergency response is a service provided by governments to citizens in affected areas. Then, citizens have the right to give their opinion about this process. Another technique is topic analysis, in which data is classified according to the topic that it addresses. And actually, this list was created based on the data from Twitter regarding the earthquake in Albania, the Durres earthquake. Now, we have two main sources of data from Last Quake app. Last Quake app, Professor Garevsky already explained, is a crowdsourcing platform developed by the European Mediterranean Seismological Center to report intensity felt, but also they provide you alerts. So they got 28,000 reports, but we, from the 25th November until January 2020, but the sample on which we made the analysis for this event is based only on the 26th, the day of the earthquake. This was the data collected from Twitter. I'm going to explain that. So, what is the process? Data is provided by the users, then is stored by EMC, then they provide us a CSV file, and data is, then we got the comments and the images. Data is later translated to English, in this case was by Dr. Ben Ennis. And then we proceed with the analysis, and the data set is already published in the repository of Newcastle University, and then we plot the maps with the spatial distribution of the polarity and the topics addressed by population. Then this is the map with the intensity report. This is for the complete observation period, not only for the sample. The most frequent intensity reported the day of the earthquake was 3 in the Mercalli scale, followed by intensity 2, 1, and 4. There is still some users that report intensity 9 and 10, which is not feasible, but if you see that the percentage is very low, that's not significant. Now, these are the rules. Everything that contribute to the emergency response, to the survival of people, is considered positive. Everything that difficult the emergency response is considered negative or a higher intensity of the earthquake. Seismic information is considered neutral. Now, these are the topics. It's like 13 topics, I'm not mistaken. These are the rules. So what is classified? So please read it, because we are going to make an exercise again. Please read. I felt the earthquake, the quake, shock and strong. I am 200 kilometers away from the epicenter in Gostovar. Pray for Albania, Mother Albania. So it's positive, negative, or neutral, or unrelated.
Here we have again
The barcode.
barcode.
The code to scan it.
Barcode because only few persons are connected to yours.
But
Only 6
but
persons are.
you can go, again the barcode. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Now, please tell me in a range from positive, negative, neutral, which you agree, which polarity you agree more. Okay? Now, the same text, but this time the topic. Which topic do you think it addresses? So, building damages, critical infrastructure, construction practices, distress, earth recovery, emergency response, geotechnical effects, governance, injuries and casualties, intensity felt, lifelines, preparedness, seismic information, solidarity messages, tsunami, urban facilities, or are related to it. So we have 2 answers, 3. Seismic information. So we have building damages, injuries and casualties, intensity, seismic information. Or solidarity messages, yes. Now, it's the same, but this time you can select a gradual, more than one topic, yes, and gradual content. They contain more about building damage, critical infrastructure, construction practices, and so on. two answers be? Good. Intensities we need and building damages, seismic information. Great. Now, I'm going to explain you what is my answer for that. But actually, it was clear of the answer that you provided. So, comments or tweets can be classified at tweet or comment level or at sentence level. Yes, I consider it neutral. Sentiment analysis can be also done at sentence level. So, yes, again, I heard the quake, I am 200 kilometers away, it's neutral, yes? But it's possible that it was short and it sprayed for Albania, more Albania. What is negative is that it was short, but it was strong. It's negative, that is negative. Now, if we analyze the comment at comment level, yes, it's mainly seismic information, yes. But if we look at sentence level, this first sentence, we call intensity, the second, we call seismic information, and the third one, it's solidarity message. So actually, congratulations, you were right in your answers. So what we found, most of the polarity is negative, followed by positive and neutral. Curiously, negative polarity usually comes from report of damages on buildings and injured population. In this case, you will see that most of the negative polarity comes from comments from distress. So, examples. Negative. Fear, horrible, may God protect us. And they complain that the movement doesn't stop. Positive, the movement was slight, but also someone who doesn't feel anything. Or someone who said that the only thing that we can do is pray, may the rest in peace. Shaking, neutral, is shaking, I felt it. When it was the second earthquake, it was longer, was stronger. This one, may God protect us, may the rest in peace, will be recurrent. So the most frequent words was strong, God, felt, horror. And actually the word God is one of the most frequent. This is the spatial distribution of the polarity. As you can see, most of the reports are near to the epicenter, but as you see, there are also reports that are far from the epicenter, but near to the seismic faults that have negative polarity. This is for Albania. This is for Tirana. You see that this distributed along the city, and this is Florence. Is the city that we are going to visit?
Yes.
Okay, cool. There are not so many reports, mainly neutral, 3 negative, 1 positive. Now, topic analysis. Usually the most frequent topic is intensity. Why? Because last quake app was designed to report intensity. But again, then it's followed by distress, which is very specific for the case of Durres earthquake. Followed by seismic information, unrelated, yes. Examples, I wanted to show you this. Intensity, they say violent shaking, normal, stronger magnitude, and again, the quake was very strong. God is good, take care of us. Distress, horror, distress, stop. This is very fatalist, and again, pray to God for the human damages we call God. Seismic information, the magnitude, again, may God protect us. The first one, it describes when the earthquakes happened. So, solidarity messages. Again, may God help us. It was not fair. Or God help the Albanians. Emergency response. I was also surprised at the very few comments that indicate that people took emergency response actions. This one, they run out. Don't misuse the app. This is a comment for ahead. They are not stopping. Building damages. A lot of damage, report of the damage in the castle, and report of the damage in Florence. Now, the tsunami, they discuss if there is a possibility of tsunami. And again, may God protect us. Injuries and casualties. Great God, well, report of the number of people who have died at that point, who are trapped, preparedness. And it made me download the app again, what it was moved, and what preparedness is what people should do. And you know, please read this sentence, I don't know what to do, to go out or not. And then keep the window, this is a good recommendation, keep the window and door little open. And actually, Professor Karevsky mentioned that. Keep the window and door a little open because in case of an earthquake, they may be blocked. May God protect you.
Diana, we have 2 minutes.
2 minutes, okay. Governance, this is funny, actually. This is very good. Well, this is now, when I read these comments related by Enes, I say maybe Albania is a really religious country. Yes? I checked in literature, and this is the most frequent word. Again, God is the most frequent. And I realized that not necessarily. The social person in our team says, well, if you have religious expression in a moment of distress, it's not that you are religious, it's just you have a lot of distress, there are a lot of uncertainty. This is the spatial distribution of topics, you see? Intensity and a lot of distress. Here there is a report of one emergency measure taken in Tirana and in Flor. And this is the correlation analysis. There are a lot of correlation between comments with positive polarity and intensity. Sorry, it's negative correlation, means when the intensity of the earthquake is higher, the comments with positive polarity are less. There is negative correlation between distress, a high correlation between negative polarity and distress, of course, and solidarity messages and positive polarity, and seismic information and neutral. Now, just to conclude, well, most of the reports are near to the epicenter. After the earthquake, the negative polarity is normal, but here in this case for Albania, it comes from distress, not from the number of injured or casualties or damages. People express the distress by cursing or by praying. And before we make fun of the "may God protect us" or "may God help us," there are studies, scientific studies that prove that prayer reduces level of anxiety or fear. That's the reason. So the most frequent topic is intensity. I explained already what. And as I said, there was a lot of comments that report distress, very few that report emergency response action or preparedness taken. So our recommendation is urgent that here in Albania there was some preparedness at community level to know that people what to do in case of an earthquake, or learn first aid, but also psychological first aid to avoid that level of distress, and also maybe some light search and rescue techniques. Also, define outdoor meeting spaces and indoor, yes, in retrofitted buildings or buildings with some kind of seismic consideration. Create signalization in the streets and in the buildings, where are the safest place or the place for meet, and aware the users about the right use of the app. Unfortunately, poor Enes had to translate, and we found a lot of comments that were more proper of a dating site than as a app for report intensity of an earthquake. What else? Our promotions as well. Some people in Twitter use the hashtag of the earthquake to promote books, to promote insurance. That's totally unethical. Yes. So for those people who use this kind of app for dating, they have other platforms like Tinder, like I don't know, OnlyFans. But please don't use, because they contaminate the data that we have to clean. So it's more cleaning, more time for cleaning. These are the main reference. The data set with the comments already translated from Albanian to English is already available in these irrelevant comments. We put unrelated comments of these kinds of improper comments. We didn't translate it, we just put no proper content, because some of them are really disrespectful. Yeah. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, we don't have time for questions, but we are around. So I have two small announcements. One is that everybody in this room is invited to have lunch next door.